teams have emerged and are on the playing surface. Leeds United will be in the yellow away kit this evening. Coventry, of course, in sky blue, white sky blue, and play up sky blues are the words that are appearing on the big screen behind the goal. Away to our right, that's the end at which the Leeds United fans are gathered in large numbers. Half the stand belongs to those away supporters, and they've been in good voice in the build-up to kick-off. We anticipate a big atmosphere. It's that sort of stadium here. It's a proper bowl, and there'll be a good crowd in here this evening because Coventry come into this game in good form. Frank Lampard has seen his side win their last 4 matches, and they have climbed the table as a result, and they now sit within sight of the playoff places. So they have all the incentives in the world to get something from this game this evening. For Leeds United, of course, well, they sit on top of the table, and the Leeds United side we'll look at in just a moment. Coventry have kept the same side that has been on that good winning run recently. Interesting that on the bench you'll see a familiar name there of Matt Grimes, former briefly Leeds United man. He's just arrived towards the end of the transfer window to join this Coventry squad from Swansea. Leeds United will show one change to the starting 11 for this game this evening. And Daniel Farke has opted to do what he did at Burnley. He's brought in Ilya Gruev, and Joe Rothwell sits on the bench. So we would imagine that the approach and the mindset on that basis is something similar to Burnley, expecting that Leeds are going to have to do a bit more defending, certainly than they did at the weekend against Cardiff City. Coventry City, as we already mentioned, in good form, will surely have a go here, at home and all that. Maybe even unlike Burnley on that basis, who didn't really have much of a go, did they, all evening? So the outcome, well, we'll have to wait and see. Leeds came here last season, it wasn't good, and that was a disappointing day when Leeds had been in the midst of a fantastic run of form. But tonight, Leeds have it in their hands to keep the pace going at the top of the championship table. They'll have watched potentially as Burnley came through a test against Oxford United at home last night, not entirely convincingly, but still a win's a win. Prior to that, on Monday night, it was Sunderland who, courtesy of a crazy own goal in the final couple of minutes, came out on top in the game against Middlesbrough. So, still very tight at the top, still nobody able to break away, but Leeds United hope at the end of the evening to still very much be setting that pace. Teams in a huddle. Coventry City ready to go. Leeds break. And the Cortinas anthem that plays before kick-off on a regular basis here at the Coventry Building Society Arena, the CVS Arena, is the prelude to the start of another big, big championship game for Leeds United. Leeds are going to get the game underway. Joel Piroe stands over the ball, and we are underway here. Leeds United will be kicking towards those travelling supporters in the first half. Leeds United have possession at the back. Ampadu across to Rodon, out to the near side to Jayden Bogle, and it's put through the middle for an early bit of defensive work. Aaronson flicks back into the middle, helped on by Dan James. And then this should be tidied up by Ethan Ampadu. Gives Meslier a little bit of a job to do with a bouncing ball that lands just in front of him. But he controls comfortably. We sit in a position opposite the TV cameras, other side from the gantry. And also very, very close to the Leeds United goal and a very long way away from the Coventry City goal.
Yeah, so I make sure I got my glasses on so I can see all the way down there. And let's hope that's where we have to look at a lot of the action in this first half. But this is all about mindset, isn't it? That 7-0, all it was worth was the same as this game, 3 points. So keep picking up the 3 points is what it's all about. And let's see how the boys get on tonight.
Tanaka in the centre of the Leeds United defence has the ball at his feet and gives it to Joe Rodon, and it comes out wide on the right side to Jayden Bogle, Leeds right, that is, and then back into Rodon. It's a pretty cold night, by the way, here. Temperatures expected to dip below freezing in the UK this evening, after a relatively mild day as well. Coventry in possession in their own half. Ball turned wide by the captain, Jamie Allen, and helped towards the halfway line when it's won back by Junior Firpo. He gives the ball to Ethan Ampadu.
Good closing down, wasn't it, on that left-hand side? Firpo and Gruev getting stuck in.
Pre-match song, by the way, before anyone else sends me a message, was The Enemy, not the Cortinas. Dan James tries to get the ball into the middle, and in doing so, earns Leeds United a first corner kick of the evening.
And you love your music as well. Yes, down the left-hand side, find space. Now's the time to just ask a few questions of this Coventry City defence, put them on the back foot.
So an early opportunity for Leeds United to put one in the Coventry penalty area. And see what they can do. A little movement on the edge of the box, not too much just at the moment, but something in there that the referee isn't too keen on. So he stepped into the midst of the two sets of players just to sort that out, retreats, and then we'll give the signal for the corner to be taken. Possibility of going short. It's put in the box instead. It's headed comfortably away from the edge of the 6-yard box. And Leeds have to start again from the halfway line. And then the referee stops the play because Joe Rodon is still down in the Coventry penalty area. So he's got a whack on the head there.
Well, he has, but he tangled with the Coventry City player. He went for a run, he stopped, there was arms all over him. I think when he went again, maybe that's when the collision might have occurred, but he's certainly down and hasn't got up yet. But what we do know about Joe Rodon, he does get up, doesn't he?
Yeah, he has the warrior in him. It's the opponent who's landed on the head, apparently, of Joe Rodon. We don't have the benefit of replays for this game this evening, so on occasions you'll have sometimes perhaps you'll feel a better sense of what's happened than we have here in our far distant position from that far penalty area, which is where Joe Rodon continues to receive treatment. So that fall upon Joe Rodon has obviously caused some damage in there for the Leeds centre half. Leeds United, who went through the transfer window without adding to the squad. So the group that's assembled now is the group that will finish the season. Kitching it was who fell on Rodon, former Harrogate man.
Of course, we have Struijk and Verba on the bench, but Joe is he's just getting up now, slowly but surely.
Struijk and Verba actually warming up just in front of us, as is Guilavogui as well, another option in there. So the three tall centre-half stroke, full-back stroke defensive midfielders are all going through the warm-up motions, but the hope will be that Joe Rodon is able to continue. He's being helped to his feet now, and he'll need to convince the medical staff that despite receiving a head whack, he's okay to carry on. And as he walks to an area behind the goal, I think the signs are that he will be heading back onto the pitch fairly shortly. Runs past the Leeds end, picking up pace as he goes, Joe Rodon. Getting applause all the way. So he's okay. So the game will restart with a drop ball.
Just got to organise at the back. Tanaka has just dropped into centre half for now. Just need Aaronson probably to drop in slightly as well.
Joe Rodon hoves into sight, just away to our right-hand side, waiting for the signal now from the referee that will allow him to come back on. There's a delay anyway because the referee's having words with Jaden Bogle about something or other. And the drop ball is played back to Tanaka. And then it comes back to Tanaka. And then it's played back into the feet of Ethan Ampadu. Right, listen, I'm coming clean here. We're getting dramatically conflicting advice on pronunciations for Tanaka.
Tanaka.
So we are back on Tanaka tonight.
Tanaka.
So to the small child who assailed me on Sunday, telling me that it was Tanaka, you get your way, you're right, it's a fair cop. Leeds coming forward. Ball down the left-hand side with Junior Firpo. Played almost into the path of Manor Solomon. The sliding intervention takes the ball out off the feet of Van Ewijk, and it's a Leeds United throw in.
Oh, that was unfortunate. Van Ewijk just got there, didn't he? It was half a yard further or in front. Solomon was in.
Firpo opts to go back to Ampadu. Now Tanaka out to his left-hand side to Firpo. And back to the full-back once more. Helps it down the line to Solomon. And back to Tanaka. And then Joe Rodon leads whole possession in that Coventry half. 8 minutes gone here at the CBS Arena. 0-0. Leeds trying to attack now down the left side with Solomon. Now potential for Aaronson to put the ball in the box. Instead he comes back to Ampadu, slid forward by Ethan Ampadu to the edge of the box, and Tanaka with the shot, which gets the treatment from the home supporters as it flies into the midst of the away fans.
It was unfortunate because I thought we worked the opening really well. At one point Coventry thought it was going to go out wide. Instead it comes inside. We find Tanaka in a good bit of space, who just gets it out of his feet. We've seen him hit them from that distance before, but I suppose the only person that was pretty happy was the Leeds fan who caught the ball high up in the stand.
So Dovin, the goalkeeper, Swedish international, will take the goal kick that results. Drops in the Leeds half. Header forward by Gruev. Now Bogle to Tanaka, and then almost clipped into the path, but not quite to Brennan Aaronson. There's a foul by the Leeds midfielder in the follow-up. Coventry with a free kick just inside the Leeds half.
And here's where we have to be careful. Set pieces. Coventry will certainly take their time. Pick the big guys up. There's one or two tall lads there. Bobby Thomas, probably just about the tallest.
So a line of yellow and sky blue shirts forms about 8 yards outside the Leeds penalty area, and in it goes now into their midst. There's a foul right at the outset in all of that. A push on Jayden Bogle. So Leeds United have been given the opportunity to get the possession back and get the ball forward. Goes forward short to Gruev. And now Firpo back into Ethan Ampadu. And then Tanaka pressured, so he goes back to Meslier. And Bogle waits out to his right. In it goes to Aaronson. Has to turn back with a player on his shoulder. Rodon holds it up. Mellier's his outlet. And Ilan Meslier clips it out to this near side touchline. Difficult one for Bogle. He dealt with it pretty well, but he couldn't get the header into the path of Aaronson. Tanaka comes in to win it back for Leeds instead. And then he's forced backwards. And Kitching gets his foot round the ball and just puts it into touch for a Leeds United throw-in.
Ball up to Aaronson there, just needs to be stronger. Kitching came through, but Tanaka got across well. Just reads the game so well, sorts the danger out.
Bogle gets the ball back from Aaronson, just launches it in that Coventry half. A little bit of a surprise, perhaps, that the centre-half Thomas pulled out of that one, but they've now lost possession on the edge of the penalty area, and Solomon's played it into Dan James. James tried to go past his man, still there for Leeds, though. Comes back out for Gruev, touch wide, and then played into the middle. It hits ahead, it's cleared out towards the far side of the box again. Leeds United pick up possession in that position with Tanaka. And now it's gone down the touchline to Solomon, into the edge of the area to Gruev. Little interplay in the penalty box. It'll just be allowed to run behind, and it does. And that will be a goal kick to Coventry. Promising moments there for Leeds. Didn't quite develop into what we were hoping.
Certainly was. Excellent play. Van Ewijk at the end of the day just shepherded it out with some good defending, but winning the ball back in good areas. Couldn't quite find that half a yard that we needed, but really good positive play.
So the keeper ready to launch forward again. Tanaka with a header down. High into the night sky the ball goes. It drops over the head of Ampadu, and suddenly it's a kind one for Sims. And the support to his wide, and it's a crisp shot that comes in ultimately from Rudoni. It's crisp, it's powerful, but it's straight into the hands of Meslier.
Yeah, it's a decent shot, long way out, and never should be beating Meslier, who comfortably gathered, but just a warning sign. Have to be careful, concentrated all the time.
Jaden Bogle for Leeds, advancing into the Coventry half. Down the line it goes to Dan James. James gets the ball, almost gets the ball back, but doesn't actually in the end. And so Leeds have to go and try and win it back again. Hunting in packs once more. Solomon through the middle, and then back it goes to Tanaka. And back to Solomon again. Looking goalwards, has Firpo to his left. Firpo with a driving ball into the middle. And then, although there are fingertips from the goalkeeper, the flag is raised. And was Firpo the man offside there?
Yes, looks like Firpo was offside. Just got ahead of the back line, but once again, good play. We get it down in those dangerous areas, and we're finding pockets of space at the moment. Just got to make use of them.
So the free kick will be taken by the goalkeeper. As the Leeds fans' voices rise above the general hubbub here inside the stadium. Rodon beaten by Sims, but it runs into the path of Bogle. To his left to Firpo. Firpo comes back into Ethan Ampadu. Leeds midway inside their own half. And Ampadu opts to go back with the striker standing in front of him. Rodon keeps a hold of the ball. Finds a new area to work in, gives the ball to Ampadu, returns it to Joe Rodon, and out wide it comes to Jaden Bogle. Sees the run of Dan James and tries to just put it in his path. It may yet arrive at its intended destination. Piroe now instead on the edge of the area. He tries a shot. It's blocked, maybe not once but twice. But Ampadu with a good header just turned into the path of Junior Firpo, so Leeds can stay on the front foot here. With Mana Solomon in field to Ilya Gruev. Gruev into the penalty area to Aaronson. Back out it goes to Firpo. Tanaka has a bit of space outside the box. Puts it up towards the far side. Bogle wins a looping header, but he can't get any direction on that one. Probably lost sight of it as it came in over the defender standing in front of him. And into the hands of the keeper it went.
Yes, just like the first time we tried to get Dan James in over the back. Bidwell just got there in time, and then Piroe had precious little touches in the first, 14 minutes of the game, but got a couple of opportunities to strike at goal.
Had a really good game in that number 10 shirt at the weekend. Be great to see him picking up similar positions again, and the passing was really good. Scored goals a lot, really. Here's Coventry, though, coming forward down their right before Leeds make an intervention. Everybody stops a moment. And then the ball is cleared up and worked well into the path of Aaronson, who is quickly closed down. And according to the referee, the final touch was off the American, who is distraught, but goes back in to try and win the ball back for the away side.
A couple of times there, Kitching is coming really quickly on Aaronson.
Sims in the centre circle. Blocked off by Gruev, and it works out well for Solomon. And here's Piroe in the penalty area. Yes! Joel Piroe! That is what Joel Piroe can do. Give him the time, give him the space. There's the finish. Low and hard, bottom corner. Coventry 0, Leeds 1.
It's a great goal, really is. We've been finding those spaces in and around the box, and yet again we pick the ball up. When Solomon gets it, He's got to find the right pass, and he certainly does. Into Joel Piroe. It's an excellent touch as well. And you're right, he steadies himself. And you know there's only one place it's going to end up. That's in the back of the net. It's a really good, confident finish by Joel Piroe.
And at the Leeds end as well. So the Leeds players go to celebrate with the supporters. As soon as he found that area inside the Coventry City penalty area, as soon as he was found in that area in the Coventry City penalty area, you fancied he was going to make the most of it, and that he emphatically did. Great start for Leeds United.
When he gets into those areas, it's that half second he takes just to steady himself. Everything seems to slow down for him, and then bang, in the back of the net.
Tanaka with a header for Leeds. And then lifted forward. Bogle's underneath it, but it drops for Sims. Rodon steps in. Leeds, with bodies around it, do really well to backheel into the path of Tanaka. Now Firpo breaking down the left-hand side for Leeds United. Over the halfway line to Tanaka. And back it goes down the line for Mana Solomon, who's in space, but he's offside. Probably that's how he's in space. Actually, Coventry hadn't really gone to pick him up there, but maybe they got away with one pass.
They hadn't, but Bobby Thomas, I think, got the line of the defence just about spot on and just caught Mana Solomon offside.
Well won back Leeds defensively. And quickly turned that into an offensive move, and then the flag raised to bring it all to a conclusion.
Be interesting now to see how Coventry respond to this as well, because they've been going well, playing confidently, winning games. Do they think now, OK, let's get this goal back and start to push on? And that, against us, I think, at times, could be a dangerous option.
Sims with the flick on. Chased out towards the far touchline by Thomas-Asante. But the final touch is off the Coventry man, so Leeds have the throw in. And the ball is in the hands of Junior Firpo. Just taking his time over putting this one back into play. And then it's a long throw, delivered back towards the Leeds penalty area. Thomas-Asante back into the Coventry half, the ball goes. Leeds quickly up the park. Home side still trying to work it forward, but end up going back. And a nice ball clipped into the Leeds half. But that's loose. James does his best, but it works out well because Aaronson had read the possibilities there and got in past his man and picked up the ball on the other side. Rodon now. Back to Aaronson. He's closed down quickly once more by the captain, Allen. And then Rodon happy just to push it back into Meslier. And back to Joe Rodon again. No Piroe, no party is the song from the travelling fans. Bogle back into Rodon. And then across the back to Gruev. And now Tanaka back to Gruev again. Rodon steps forward. Not the best ball. Luckily, actually, Piroe got in there just to divert it away with Coventry players lurking.
The idea was good, but Piroe made a run just as Joe put his head down. The pass wasn't a good one.
Coventry subs appear in front of us to applause from the home supporters, who are pretty much all around us. Tanaka to Bogle. He'll look up and see what runs there are through the middle here before he decides to go back again to make sure that possession is maintained. And now Ethan Ampadu.
Yes, possession and control, which is what we've shown really for the first 20 minutes here.
Bogle, it's a firmly struck pass into the path of Dan James. As it turned out, a little too firm. It came off the top of his boot and out for a throw-in. Bidwell chucks it back towards his own penalty area, which is where the ball rests currently, now in the box with the keeper. puts it up into the centre circle where Ampadu comes in strong and wins the ball back for Leeds. Gives it to Solomon into the path almost of Piroe there. Almost being the key word. The goalkeeper got out instead and gathered the ball just in front of him.
Excellent again. Just the way that we can close down, win back possession, but very quickly then get it forward in a couple of passes.
Tanaka wins a header in the centre circle. Aaronson, then James come in to try and get the ball under control. Neither quite manage it. Coventry have it in the Leeds half. Thomas-Asante controls the ball. Pushes it back behind him. And then Coventry into the centre circle. Kitching rolls the ball forwards for a little layoff from Thomas-Asante back into that Coventry half again. Delivered wide by Thomas. Now Coventry begin to build down their right. They have found a little space before a sliding intervention from Gruev. Sees the ball into touch for a Coventry throw, almost level with the edge of the Leeds United penalty area. They throw it back. And then it goes wide from Latibeaudiere. Great name. And he's in possession again. And once more the fullback plays it over the top forwards. Firpo with the header for Leeds. Tanaka and a challenge that the referee deems to be fair. Sees the ball won back. Gruev was involved as well.
Certainly fair, strong. And Tanaka just holding his arm because he got collected by the Coventry player but stood up to it.
Bogle back to Rodon and to the goalkeeper. Joe Rodon picks it up on the edge of the penalty area. Just opts to go square to Gruev, who goes further wide to Ethan Ampadu. Ampadu on to Firpo, back to Ampadu once more. Into the middle to Tanaka. Back it goes to Meslier. Quite sure whether that was where it was intended, but Meslier was happy just to boot it as far forward as he could, which is usually an indicator of something.
Yes, I'm not sure that quite went to plan, but we managed to get away with it.
At the other end, it goes back from Kitching to the goalkeeper. We're in the 25th minute. Leeds have the lead here. Ampadu takes it down on his chest. Oh, that's really good football from Ethan Ampadu. Swept the competitive challenge away and then carried it forward for Leeds United. Gives it to Bogle, gets it back in the Coventry half. And then into Rodon. On to Aaronson, back into Ethan Ampadu again. Points, sends players one way, and then actually goes the other to Aaronson. Gruev has given Ethan Ampadu a bit of work to do here. Sims has gone in to close him down. But somehow, Leeds end up with a throw-in, and in the midst of that, Ethan Ampadu has received a bit of a kick, so he's down on his haunches.
I think just a bit winded, I think, just the way that he got there first. Bidwell came into him sidewards on and maybe just into his midriff. He's feeling that one slightly. Yeah, he's okay.
I think there were a few words in the direction of Gruev from Daniel Farker in the aftermath. So it wasn't quite the pass that Ampadu wanted and forced him to go in and commit. That's when he got the blow. Tanaka to Bogle. Carries it. There's a big gap opened up in front of Bogle. He's run into it. He's in the penalty area. He's still going. Keeper's come off his line. He's dropped it right in front of goal. Yes! Oh, how about that? It's tucked in by Jaden Bogle. How did that happen? He kept running and running and running, and eventually it was dropped into his path and he stabbed it into the back of an empty net. You don't try, you don't succeed. He did both. Leeds United 2 ahead.
Well, he tried all right. He just slalomed through absolutely everyone. The runs from our players was excellent. That just allowed the pitch to open up, but Bogle just kept going and going and going. And when he gets in, you think, well, he's hit that one too far ahead of him, but the keeper makes a right hash of it. And when it finally comes back to Bogle, he shows great composure as well to keep calm and stick it in the back of the net. What an excellent start this has been so far.
Well, that is one of the more bizarre goals. I've seen a lot of goals recently, but well, way beyond that. He just kept going, and it kind of opened up in front of him, and then it was rolled back into his path, it appeared, and he took the gift and he tucked it in. And Leeds United have made a really good start here at the CBS Arena. Ball comes into touch on this near side for a Leeds United throw in.
I think it's fair to say when Bogle came as well, he didn't make the quickest of starts, but as the season's progressed, and certainly the last 10 games or so, I think he's been really good. Excellent getting forward, better defensively, but now he's a real danger on this right-hand side, not only just getting up and delivering crosses, but now scoring.
Just see him do the defensive work as the ball comes into the Leeds penalty area. Header is goalwards. It's going to break for Thomas-Asante. His first touch is heavy, and he has seen the ball slip away there in a crucial position. It goes out and off his toes for a goal kick, and the first moment of threat from the home side there as a result of that ball into the middle.
It was a poor touch, heavy touch.
Bogle with a left foot fashions the ball forward. It comes straight back at Leeds. Curled into the box once more. Tanaka with a header. Rodon underneath it. Just does the old up and under there. Joe Rodon. It's probably not a thing anymore, is it? It goes up in the air again. Drops from a height.
It is on a Sunday when you play.
It's a very fair point. Junior Firpo goes in to win it back and is fouled in the process, and that's a good foul for Leeds to win right on the halfway line.
Certainly is. Now it's important, once we've just scored, to make sure we get back at it, win those 50-50 battles.
So Leeds have a chance just to maybe slow things down a little bit here again with this free kick taken short to Tanaka. And now Rodon. And now Ampadu. Ethan Ampadu walks it, stops, comes back to Rodon. There's a bit of space in front of Joe Rodon now. Pushed out to Jayden Bogle. Can't have a run. No, he's passed this one to Dan James. James gets his ball a little fortuitously into the path of Joel Piroe, but he overhits it by a distance, and it sails into touch for a Coventry throw.
Yeah, it's a little fortunate to get it to Piroe, but the ball forward was not a good one. I think just the way the Coventry play as well, with the three at the back. Obviously, when they have time, they go back to a five at the back. When they're trying to push on, though, because we have two wide men that stay really wide, I just think the spaces are in between them that allows us, if we move it quickly, to gain an advantage.
Ball is thrown back and then ends up back in that Coventry penalty area with Dovin, the keeper. He will get a second pass back. He's got a few oohs behind him from the away supporters as a result of his part that he played in that second goal. Here's the scorer of it, Jayden Bogle. Now Joe Rodon. Back to Bogle again, looks forward. Little ball infield to Aaronson, pushing the back of Brendan Aaronson. Sharp blast on the whistle, signals the free kick to Leeds United as we pass the half-hour mark here at the CBS Arena. Coventry City 0, Leeds United 2. And Joe Rodon on the ball. Into Tanaka. Tanaka passes out to his left to Ethan Ampadu, to Gruev, and back to Ampadu again. Ampadu goes long, spots the run over the top, and he's played it into Dan James, and James is in! Oh no, he just tried to lift it over the keeper, didn't quite put enough on it, and the keeper, grateful, was able to grasp the ball into his body. That could so easily have been 3-0.
Should have been 3-0. What an excellent ball it was. James, you can see, remonstrating with himself, knows, because he scored goals like that before, hasn't he? Just lobbing it over the keeper, and that one certainly was one that should have been in the back of the net.
Super ball from Ethan Ampadu. Great run from Dan James, and he got in behind the defence.
Well, Dan James has been clever, because sometimes he goes on to Bidwell, and then when he just drifts off him, he's suddenly in between the centre half and Bidwell, And that diagonal run, we saw him, of course, set up Aaronson for a goal against Cardiff, doing exactly that.
Running across the line now, James, at the other end. Ampadu has the ball. Now Tanaka, now Gruev. Back to Ampadu once more. This time he goes to the left. And fullback Van Ewijk is there first, ahead of Solomon. But Solomon, strong to win the ball back. Oh. Too strong, says the referee, but, well, in other games, on other occasions, I don't think that gets given.
Coventry, a little fortunate there. Didn't seem a lot, and I thought it was excellent closing down. And good to see we're still on that front foot, still wanting to dominate, wanting to get more.
Coventry penned in their own half, just outside the penalty area. Go back to the keeper. The yellow shirts are plenty just in front of him. Won back by Leeds United and Gruev. Short ball to Bogle. Goes out for a Leeds United throw. Aaronson was ahead of him, wasn't he, down the line?
A couple of times he was there and he just drifted into a pocket of space and no one was picking him up.
Gets the ball off Bogle now. And then Bogle in trying to keep it in play. Gives it away, wins it back. Leads with Aaronson, turns into Coventry challenge. The home side have the ball back again with Kitching. And then back to the edge of the box and Thomas. Goes long. Leeds players are plenty again in front of him. Ampadu in his own half. Strong header out to this near touchline. Applause from Daniel Farker, but the ball goes in to touch for a Coventry throw in.
Good early shout there from Rodon as well. I like that, communicating. I think it was Tanaka or whoever was in front of him was going to go for the header, but Rodon nice and early took command.
Dovin with the ball at his feet here. Gets it away from the oncoming Joel Piroe. Tanaka, though, wins the header back in the centre circle. But Coventry are able to come forward now with Sims on the chase, but Rodon's gone stride for stride, and he gets there first, and then Bogle is taken out by Bidwell. Clear foul right in front of us, and that will be a Leeds United free kick.
Excellent reading of the game from Joe Rodon. He's quick, but with that quick mind as well, just gets in front of Sims comfortably.
Joe Rodon still sporting the bandaged left hand. I think that's become it's just a mainstay now, isn't it? Keith Lemon to Jayden Bogle, and back again to Joe Rodon. Ethan Ampadu, just a short pass back into Meslier. Meslier takes his time, much to the annoyance of the home supporters, but then, Bogle, if he'd turned and moved ahead, then there was space in front of him to get going for Leeds, but his miscontrol took the ball straight into touch for a Coventry throw. It's gone back into that Coventry half. Thomas and then Allen, and he sent Kitching running back towards his own goal. It goes back into the keeper. And then out to the right side of the penalty area. Coventry play it out under pressure. And then swept forward in a different manner. And then Sims against Rodon. Both go down. Ampadu can't quite win it back, and Coventry have got spare men down that far side, but Tanaka is the first there for Leeds United. And Gruev, a little flick up the line attempted by Firpo, goes into touch for a Coventry throw-in. Just for a moment there were more sky blue shirts pushing forward than yellow defending.
There was. Ampadu just wanted a foul, but the referee didn't give it. But just previous to that, it was really good closing down by us that just left Bobby Thomas to hoof it up the pitch, but actually it's quite effective.
Coventry playing an interesting game of bouncy pass from outside the area and back in, and then it's just lumped up towards the halfway line. It's kept in play, and then the flag is raised for offside over on this near side. For was it Aaronson who'd come back on from an offside position? So Leeds have to retreat back towards the halfway line. Coventry have the free kick. 9 minutes before the break. Ball will be played forward by Van Ewijk. and then it's won in the air by Ampadu. And Gruev back to Ampadu again. Misplaced ball. Sims for Coventry, turns away from Rodon, shoots, but the block is made by Tanaka. And then the header out to this near side goes beyond Bogle. Again, Tanaka is the man who comes across for Leeds and does a great job just closing off the attempt by Kitching to try and get on the ball. And on 2 occasions there, Tanaka made a very important contribution for Leeds defensively.
Yes, he certainly did, and everyone sees, of course, the way that he calms things down in that midfield when he gets on the ball. However, the work that he does off the ball, closing down, getting the right position, is equally impressive.
Meslier, long ball forward. Easy header won by Thomas. Comes down for Tanaka. And then played to his left. Gruev onto Firpo. Firpo can have a little run here. Nobody's gone into closing down yet. On it goes to Solomon. Solomon down that left side for Leeds. Drops it one way, then takes it the other. Firpo on the overlap. Can't quite get the ball in, but may yet win a corner kick. It's hit the flag, and it's gone behind, and that will be a Leeds corner.
Yes, good play again. Just gets properly set up defensively. Bogle in the halfway line, and now it was Gruev, wasn't it, before taking the corner kick? This time, Manor Solomon.
Yeah, that first corner from that side dropped a little short, so Leeds are going to try something perhaps different here. Very different. It goes in really low, and it's turned goalwards by Gruev, and then the referee steps in because there's an altercation, a flare-up in the penalty area. Ethan Ampadu is being ushered away, and it must be a Coventry free kick at the end of all of that. The Leeds skipper is called in to talk to the referee, along with Ewijk.
I think it's Bidwell there.
Card out for Ampadu and for the Coventry man as well. It's one of those instances where far end of the pitch, in the midst of a crowd of players, it was hard to make out from where we are what happened.
It was, but just by the way both players just jogged off, it normally seems it was just about right.
Ball played into the Leeds half. Sims chests, helped into the path of teammate, but Firpo steps in ahead of him, and it comes back to Sims. And then it's nodded out to this near side and then pushed down the near side touchline. Tanaka beaten, Torp has it on the edge of the penalty area. Teed up towards the D, low drive comes in, takes a deflection and goes behind, and Coventry have their first corner kick. So there is defending for Leeds to do here, as they found a bit of space on the edge of the Leeds penalty area for the first time pretty much this evening. And now there's a big old crowd scene in that 6-yard box around Ilan Meslier, anticipating the in-swinging corner. The referee not ready for it to be taken yet. Now it is in. Curled in goalwards. Meslier pushes it away two-handed. Comes out for Solomon on the edge of the box. He's got to try and work it into a safe position here, Manor Solomon. Goodness me, does he do that well. And now James to Firpo. And then into the middle. Now there's space for Lee. Oh, Solomon. It went under his foot because he had 2 players waiting to his left then, ready to charge forward. Good block off by Tanaka again. And Tanaka's clearance up into the Coventry half is won back by the home team inside the final 5 minutes of this first period. Thomas at the back for Coventry, into Torp, then back to Kitching. Just gets it out from under his feet and plays it into the goalkeeper. Dovin takes his time before going long. Sims against Ampadu, gets it away from Ethan Ampadu, turns it wide to his right. Support down that right-hand touchline. Coventry come in field, helped a little further down the line to Van Ewijk. And then back into Latibeaudiere. And then the ball stays, rolls up the touchline. Well, I did think it had gone out, even from this far side as we watch, and it is going to be a Coventry City throw-in. Back it goes to the right back. And then further back into the Coventry half to Thomas. Plays it forward and it bounces, and Ampadu ends up doing a good job of keeping Thomas-Asante away from that one then, because there was a moment's hesitation. I'm not entirely sure what the plan was, but they concocted one between Meslier and Ampadu, and it all worked out all right.
Well, I think Ampadu thought it was going to go through to Meslier, was going to come and grab it. He didn't initially. Ampadu was actually in front of the player, and eventually keeper does come and get the job done.
Rodon out to the right to Jayden Bogle. Shoulder, arm in the shoulder, pushes Jayden Bogle to the ground, and Leeds get a free kick. Jayden Bogle with a short square ball to Tanaka. Tanaka turns, goes back to Rodon. Gets it back again. Closed down, so it's played off to Ampadu. Rudoni, now Sims chasing, leads with Bogle. Just puts it up over the top for the run of Dan James, and James is chasing towards the edge of the Coventry penalty area, which meant the goalkeeper had to come out to the box to get in front of him, and just clears it straight into touch for a Leeds United throw-in. Simple tactic.
Yeah, it is. No, but it's a great tactic, it really is, and Bidwell just struggling a little bit there. Again, the wing-back doesn't really want to keep going deep back into that position, and James just running into the space behind him. It's causing him a few problems.
Ampadu. Who's left to Firpo. Back to Ampadu again. Bogle. Again, the space in front of Jayden Bogle. Comes infield to Tanaka. Tanaka, well, Piroe was calling for the ball down the channel there, but he went out to the left instead to Firpo. Firpo back into Ethan Ampadu. And Tanaka. Back to the captain. And Ethan Ampadu looks forward and then looks sideways. Gives it to Joe Rodon. Rodon sets off on a bit of a run, and he's still going. Tried to poke it into the path of Mana Solomon, but now he's got to get back because Coventry are counter-attacking. And there's a little push, is there, from Tanaka? No,
wonderful.
Good challenge. And the referee says play on, and Aaronson's got to use this properly, Brendan Aaronson. Sensible ball into Gruev. Gruev's played it through for Dan James, and James is onside, and James is in the penalty area, and he's put it in the middle, and it's cleared away from the edge of the 6-yard box. And Dan James, well, he had two options there, cross or shoot. He went for the cross. It didn't quite work out.
Well, I thought the main option was to shoot. Go on your own. It was just against the keeper.
Here's Aaronson in the penalty area, tries to get it into the middle, comes back for Brendan Aaronson. Another great chance for Leeds there to extend the advantage. Aaronson, edge of the penalty area, gives it away. And there's a foul, is there, on the edge of the box? No, still play on. So James gives it back to Gruev. Gruev curls it into the box, headed away from the edge of the area to Junior Firpo. The board will go up shortly. And it's 4 minutes of added time. Where the heck has that come from?
Joe Rodon, I think.
Coventry clear away. Sims, edge of the centre circle, surrounded by yellow shirts. One of them's got to get there first. Rodon is that man. Goes back to Meslier. Now Ampadu pushed forward to Tanaka. Just bides his time. Goes back to Rodon. He holds it up. Back to Tanaka. Played wide over the head of Gruev. Finds Firpo. And Firpo back to Ethan Ampadu. Short ball played into Tanaka. Closed down. Turns this way, then the other. Just saying, give me a pass. Firpo. Trying to get it up the line. Loose. Great challenge by Ampadu to snuff out the danger rather, and then it's played back into the Leeds half, where again Tanaka's first man there to Firpo. Now Gruev, now played onto Piroe and helped on by that left-hand side to Mana Solomon to carry it forward for Leeds United. Solomon still going into the box it goes. Piroe's got in behind the line, and Joel Piroe lift his shot over the crossbar, and he puts his hands to his head because that was the sort of chance that Piroe most often takes.
He's frustrated with himself because that just reminds me of the goal he scored. Was it Stoke City, I think, somehow got it just underneath the crossbar from a tight angle. And there was another chance. He was trying to do exactly the same thing, just put it underneath the crossbar. That time, leaned back a little too much. Could have been number 3.
And at the far post, Dan James took a massive boot at the post. I think it was the frustration. Maybe he felt he was an option in there as well.
Yeah, they're talking now, aren't they, about it? Dan's just giving him a word. Did you see me? I was there at the back post.
As the ball is swung out towards the touchline in front of the dugouts, Tanaka wins the header, but it's played forward by Kitching. Meslier is told to come and collect by Ethan Ampadu. He obeys and has the ball in hand, and then just rolls it. Well, he was going to roll it to Ampadu, changes his mind, rolls it to Rodon instead. Rodon, on it goes to Bogle. First time touch to James. That's not going to quite find Jayden Bogle. It's cleared back into the Leeds half. It may go into touch. It does. Joe Rodon comes to this near side, but will leave the throw-in duties to Jayden Bogle, who belatedly makes a half-hearted effort to jog towards collecting the ball, knowing that the big scoreboard clock he's looking towards now shows that there's one of the added minutes left. Headed back into the Leeds half, flicked on by Thomas-Asante, collected by Ampadu. Out to his left to Junior Firpo. Firpo happy to stop on the halfway line, gives it to Gruev. And now Rodon. And now Bogle out on this right-hand touchline. Jayden Bogle back into Joe Rodon, back to Meslier. Meslier waits and then just clears long into the Coventry half, where the header is won by fullback, but it drops down for James. And now Piroe. And now Bogle to his right, who can attack the penalty area. Tries to whip his ball in early, and it just about comes off the upper chest of Jake Bidwell there. And it goes behind for a Leeds corner, which there probably won't be time to take.
Gruev's walking across rather slowly. Leeds fans delighted behind the goal where Gruev is walking to.
His name on the lips, but he may not even have more than the chance to connect foot to ball here, I suspect, before the whistle is blown. We'll see, because we are past the allotted 4. It's taken short to Aaronson, and there you go. Enough to see Leeds through to half-time, and what a half it's been for Leeds United. Joel Piroe with the first super calm finish, and then Jayden Bogle with a goal that those who were here to see it will remember for a long time, for the crazy nature of his run into the penalty area and then his poke home from close range. 2-0 to Leeds United.
Well, it's been a dominant 45 minutes. It really is an excellent away performance so far. Plenty of ability and control, certainly in that midfield area, but we've defended our box, I think, extremely well as well. And of course, at the other end, we always know we're a danger. Joel Piroe, an excellent first goal. Bogle, a little fortunate with the second, but a buccaneering run gets its reward, and we're looking good, but still 45 minutes to go.
Yep, halfway there, no more than that. It's Coventry City 0, Leeds United 2. The referee gives the signal. Second half is underway. Thomas with a long ball through the middle to immediately try and put pressure on Leeds at the back. Tanaka puts it up in the air. Bogle loops a header forward, comes back towards him, and it's on that left-hand side, little intervention. Coventry back on the ball again, on the touchline. Ball played into a crowded area, and when the players emerge from it, there's a signal in favour of Coventry, I think for a free kick, is it in there? Or is it a throw-in? No, it's a throw-in. Take towards the corner flag. Bogle defending as the man on the ball is Rudoni. And it goes out to play for another Coventry City throw-in. This one a bit further forward than the last. But the ball is thrown backwards into the centre circle. And then Latibeaudiere. Again, long ball, just played down the channel. Rodon will chase it and try and see this one out. And in doing so, he gets pushed to the ground by Sims, who was right on his back. Picks himself up, and the game will restart with the goal kick.
Yeah, it's a positive start from Coventry, no doubt. Frank Lampard had a good few words to say to his side, but we just need to see these moments out and get back and do exactly what we were doing in the first 45. Be progressive, positive, defend well, concentrated, and when the chances come, let's stick another one away.
Meslier with a sweeping ball forward, headed back into the Leeds half by Ewijk. Solomon's underneath it, can't control, but it's Piroe who plays it into touch. Takes the deflection on its way, so it's a Leeds United throw in. Midpoint inside that Leeds half with Firpo to Piroe, and then Firpo looked like he was caught then, and the referee agrees with me.
Yeah, Latibeaudiere just went straight through, didn't he? Didn't stop. Tried to guess where the ball was going, but missed it.
So it's right in front of Daniel Farker. Goes back. And then it's Meslier. Now Firpo. Infield, Piroe. Tried a clever ball, maybe just a little too clever, but Tanaka's done really well to win it back for Leeds. Through the middle, couldn't play in Dan James, but Leeds have kept bodies forward as Bogle's picked up the ball, and now James is on the edge of the box, and he shoots. And he shoots powerfully, but he shoots just over.
Another great chance, really had so many options. The man on the ball, and Coventry actually gave it back to us again, and Dan James tried to strike from a long way out. Good strike, but always rising.
Dovin has the choice to go short, but he sends his two central defenders forward. Everybody heads off towards the halfway line on the signal. So the goalkeeper makes clear he's going to go long, although the short pass does present itself as Van Ewijk comes back towards him, and then he declines that opportunity and goes long anyway. And it is long. Rodon with a good header loops it back into the Coventry half. Kitching, and between them Bidwell let the ball go out of play. It's their throw. Kitching gets the ball from it, looks to go long into the Leeds half. Challenge from Ampadu is a foul one, just goes through the back of Sakamoto, so no more than a little push, which is a good job, because remember, Ampadu is on a yellow card.
He's got to be careful. Yeah, you're right, nothing doing apart from a free kick for that one, but not too many more of those.
Good interception by Firpo. Solomon trying to run through a crowd. He's done it. He's played the ball into Dan James, just outside the penalty area, into the box, with a shot, hits the side netting. And again, Dan James looks to the heavens and wonders whether one's going to go in tonight. Good power in that, but it was just outside the post rather than inside of it.
Well, it's a great run from Manor Solomon, who looked like he lost it 2 or 3 times, but yet still managed to get his toe to it and get it past the defender. James had to then turn and twist. Not sure he could quite get the right angle to try and arrow it back across the goal. Went for the near, didn't make it.
Goal kick. Sims flicks on, picked up behind him by Rudoni. Coventry trying to get forward now with Firpo heading back into Sakamoto. And then up the edge of the penalty area, good interception from the edge of the box, and the ball is cleared up the line a little way for a Coventry City throw-in by Joe Rodon. A broken hand he has. I was reliably informed by a member of the Rodon family at half-time. Thanks for that. And he's had the issue for quite a while, hence the fact that bandage has been there for quite a while. Over the head of Firpo, ball bounces towards the corner flag before Firpo gets in quickly to just put it into touch. Coventry of a throw-in.
Well, he's complaining for a free kick, and rightly so. Just as he's jumping in the air, he just gets a shove in the back, which takes him underneath the ball. The referee's assistant is right there, but didn't see it.
So looks like the long throw's coming in from Van Ewijk as he's sent everybody into the penalty area. And it comes now towards the near post, back into the middle. Ball is up in the air. Meslier's underneath it, catches it from underneath the crossbar, and then bowls a long throw out over arm right into the path of Dan James, who is on the run here. James is winning the running race as well. Puts it into the edge of the area. Aaronson caught as he went to shoot, was he? Well, Bogle keeps the ball in play. Comes back for James. Back into the middle. It's like pinball in there. And eventually it's cleared away. And Leeds United have now to guard against the counter-attack. Well, they don't actually, because the ball has gone out of play for a throw-in. Well, we haven't got the replay, but I thought there was a real shout there.
Absolutely. I just don't understand how that wasn't a penalty. Aaronson's just about to fire his shot away. Gets tackled.
Yeah, the hallmarks of the foul on Dan James for me on Saturday. So similar at the moment of impact. Player was caught. And those who are back at base who've got extra views on these things are confirming that opinion. So maybe Leeds can count themselves unlucky not to have got more from that.
Great counter-attack, isn't it? Just the speed that we can move the ball through the thirds of the pitch with quality.
Ampadu works it up the near side touchline. Puts it over the top. Firpo, he's got to be offside. Yeah. I think he knew it as well, didn't he? But he hesitated, and he thought, well, I've got to set off after this anyway.
It's only 5 yards. What's a few yards between friends? Yeah, I'm not sure why he actually set off after it. Just turn around and go back.
He did, and the flag was duly raised. And the free kick will be taken by Latibeaudiere, Jamaican international. In fact, he's going to leave it. No, he does take it. Goes back to Thomas. Across the back to Kitching. Up to the edge of the centre circle where Torp has it. Gives it away straight to Bogle. On the charge for Leeds. He's run into trouble as well, though. Leeds win it back quickly. James and Bogle between them. James 15 yards outside the penalty area. Stops, gives it to Bogle. Back to Tanaka. Further back to Joe Rodon.
We really do recover the ball so well, don't we?
Bogle onside, plays it into the path of Aaronson, who's into the penalty area, stumbles under a challenge, and he turns and looks at the referee, and the referee looks at the incident and points for a goal kick.
Just think when he went to ground was just slightly at the wrong time, because he was there. Yes, he did get a touch, but really not enough.
Which is again confirmed by those at base. Sims here for Coventry, played into Sakamoto, and then the charges on down the right-hand side. Van Ewijk up to the edge of the area, plays it across the edge of the penalty area. Chance for a shot, perhaps. Still going Coventry. The ball on the left-hand side, and the midfielder Rudoni in possession. Now it comes into the middle, cleared away by Rodon. Piroe will give chase. Comes back in to Latibeaudiere. And Latibeaudiere is pressured by Solomon into going back to the goalkeeper. Home fans enthused by what they've just seen, so they find their voices here.
Yes, we've got to quieten the crowd again. 2-0 should be 5-0 at this point. Having scored that third. Yes, we still have that comfort blanket of a 2-goal cushion, but let's just get back on top, start controlling things again.
55th minute into the 56th now, indeed. Coventry working the ball well down the Coventry left. From where the cross comes in, Sims was there, Ampadu was with him, and Ampadu's was the final touch, apparently. Again, Leeds skipper is not in agreement. Behind it goes for the corner.
Once again, just the reading of that cross was superb from Ampadu. Gets there first.
So the big boys are up from the back. Leeds have to defend that 6-yard box. Another in-swinging corner. Referee looking. Now in it comes. Heads up on the near post. bobbles around and it's quickly cleared away. Delivered back towards that Leeds penalty area, headed well away by Rodon. Tried to find James, didn't quite drop to him. Torp has it for Coventry. Back it goes to Rudoni, and then through a gap, but the gap is closed quickly. Meslier appears in it to pick the ball up, and then runs it up to the edge of the penalty area. Rolls it out to Gruev. Ilya Gruev to Junior Firpo. Firpo goes back to Ethan Ampadu. Tanaka over the top. It's going to be just a little too far ahead of Brendan Aaronson as the keeper came to provide defensive cover. Now Coventry work it down their right-hand side. Infield to Allen. Across the middle is a chase on for Kitching to go and pick that one up. Then he pushes it wide to the touchline. And the ball is played into the edge of the penalty area. Sims with the turn. Still alive for Sakamoto. Out to Van Ewijk. And then Latibeaudiere curls his cross towards the far post and headed into the middle. And headed goalwards. Great save, Meslier. Full stretch. Tipped it away. Still alive, though, for Coventry to shoot goalwards. This one's blocked well. And Piroe heads down for Solomon. And Coventry's best moments in this game. Leeds trying to strike back quickly as Rodon picks it up and plays it to Solomon, who's onside. Solomon can carry it for Leeds. There are three in the middle. Solomon's in all alone into the penalty area. Solomon goes past one, shoots! Keeper makes a fine save. That was flying in. Keeper reacted and just beat it away with his arm.
That's an excellent stop, but just 6 inches to the right. And surely that would have been number 3. Brilliant work at the other end, wasn't it? Firpo a couple of times there, getting some great blocks in. And then once again, us on the counter. Just so very dangerous. Great little shimmy from Solomon in the box. Goes it alone. Can't quite find the back of the net. Good save.
Gruev is on corner kicking duties. From that far side, Leeds' first corner kicker this second half. So many chances Leeds have had. That was Coventry's best moment. That preceded that shot on goal. Curled in. Nice shape on that one, but Coventry have enough blue shirts around it. Sims is the man who eventually boots it clear. Bogle. Solomon waits and receives. Solomon, defender in front of him. Comes back. Sakamoto pursues Tanaka. And then all the way back into Leeds half to Ethan Ampadu. Ampadu runs it across the back, stops. Return ball from Rodon. And now Firpo. Infield to Aaronson. Back to Firpo. And back to Ampadu. Again, just takes the pace out of things, slows it. Invites Sims to come try and collect. Meslier to Rodon. He sets off into Piroe. Nice turn from Piroe. Loses possession, though, in the challenge on the halfway line. Allen gives it away as well, straight to Bogle. Bogle weighs up his options. Piroe tried to play it through the hole in there for Dan James, but it's blocked off, and now it's Coventry who come back. It's one of those basketball games that Daniel Farker is not a big fan of, isn't it?
No, he certainly isn't. Got to keep hold of the ball, don't give it away in those sort of areas. Fortunately, Coventry didn't move it forward that quickly, allowed us quite simply to get back, but this game should have been put to bed. We should be 4 or 5 up here, but at 2, it just feels like this Coventry side still think they've got a chance, and well, they certainly have. Half hour to go.
Inside the final 30. Leeds with a 2-goal advantage created in the first period. Dovin with the ball out to Thomas. On to Sakamoto, pursued by Tanaka. The 2 Japanese internationals up against each other in that middle of the park. Sims now finds a bit of space and turns and moves into it before Rodon does the right thing, steps across. Firpo looks towards the referee, says he was fouled in the midst of that, but the referee's not even looking at him. And the game will resume with a, well, it will after a Coventry substitution, which is going to see Allen the midfielder, the captain, go off. And he'll be replaced by their new signing, Matt Grimes, formerly once, fairly briefly, on the books at Leeds United. And Grimes, the signing from Swansea, gets a big ovation from the home supporters and not quite the same reaction from the away supporters, for all sorts of reasons.
Allen in that midfield for Coventry really got a bit of the run around, didn't he? Didn't really get hold of the ball too often. So Frank Lampard's made that change.
Long diagonal ball. Bogle goes in, slips. Coventry pick up the loose ball. Work by Aaronson to just try and push them back into their own half here, but Coventry on the front foot. Rudoni back into Kitching. Through a little gap into the path of Sims. Turns and plays it forward to Sakamoto, who's caught. The game goes on, and now the free kick, I think, is given. Yes, it is. So Leeds have defending to do here, as that one was kicked into touch. Coventry get another chance.
Yep, it's going to get switched on and organised. It was a foul.
So Coventry, the ball pretty central, if a longish way out. 28,008 is the attendance here this evening. I'm guessing we'll be somewhere close to the season's best. Leeds have a two-man wall just outside the penalty area, a couple of yards outside the penalty area, maybe slightly more. But, there's a ball that could go in towards the far side of the box. The majority of the sky blue shirts wait. Curled in by Torp. The whistle goes, and the referee has immediately given Leeds United a free kick. And so Meslier doesn't have to deliver from hand. Can put the ball down instead. Takes a quick free kick to Ampadu. Now Rodon stops, goes back to the goalkeeper. Return to Rodon, pressured, so goes wide right side where there is space for Bogle.
Really
He's going to exploit this space as well. He's got runners going ahead of him. They've got to check back because they've gone off, but Leeds are keeping the ball. And now James onto Bogle again in the penalty area. Gets it back into the middle. Aaronson tries to turn it in there as well, and it's stabbed behind. And that will be a Leeds corner kick. Great work down that right side.
Certainly is. It's Bogle playing on some private lane that only he's allowed to go. It's just bizarre. He just keeps running, and Coventry just seem to open up for him. Who is going with him? Well, I can tell you, it's no one.
Yes, he's playing in the bus lane this evening. Leeds with Gruev ready to take the corner kick here. Leeds have pushed everybody up bar Bogle. There's a proper old tussle going on in that penalty area with Rudoni grabbing hold of Rodon. Rodon freeing himself. Now the referee calling in Rudoni for a conversation. And now the Leeds players in the middle form a little kind of choo-choo train as the ball is curled in near post from where it's headed clear. Aaronson will chase to get there and give it back. And then the referee has seen something else in the penalty area after the ball had gone away, which results in a Coventry free kick.
Well, I missed that one, but the referee clearly didn't.
Latibeaudiere. Tricky ball played in, but they dealt with that one well. Grimes, the sub, really experienced championship level player, obviously. Former Swansea captain, the point where he left. Ball out to the left-hand side for Coventry, then play for Bogle on the chest, takes it down. Gets the return ball onto James. Whip down the line for the Welshman to chase, and he's in behind here, and James curls his cross into the middle, and it come back to Dan James again. So there are three yellow shirts waiting in the middle still. Lots more blue in there though, as James holds it up, tees it up. Tanaka up towards the far post. Firpo was waiting, and it was headed, and it will go behind, and that will be a Leeds corner.
Excellent play again. And once again, the fullbacks get caught in between. Bidwell, absolutely no chance of getting back to get Dan James, who flies down that right-hand side. Again, couldn't find the right pass to kill this game off.
Leeds subs all in close proximity as Mana Solomon prepares to take this corner kick for Leeds. Solomon whips that one in. It's headed away as far as the edge of the box, and Aaronson turns back. Teammates start to retreat back away from the penalty area. Bogle gives it to Ampadu, who gives it all the way back to Meslier. And this is very much start again with Joe Rodon. Tanaka to Rodon. Looks, see if he could play it through the line there, but door was closed ahead of him. Tanaka to Piroe, and then just too far ahead of Jaden Bogle.
Dangerous ploy from Coventry, playing such a high line. We can just time our runs and get the pass right, as we've already seen tonight. We can get in behind them.
Ball is played up towards the halfway line. Sims for Coventry. Back by Grimes. Further back to the goalkeeper. Out it goes to Kitching. And then Grimes to his left. And then the ball in the middle is given away. Leeds will have a free kick here. A little bit loose from Coventry and trying to work that one out. And Tanaka got in to win the free kick for Leeds, which is taken already.
Yeah, he read where the pass was going to go. 2 or 3 passes before Coventry knew where it was going. Excellent play.
Firpo. Back it goes to Ampadu. Meslier. Meslier looking to get Dan James in behind there, but it drops short of Dan James. It's headed back towards the halfway line. Flicked up in the air. James trying to get to this one instead. Down the line, Bogle gets a first and then a second touch. But the second touch was with a boot that was a little too high, I think, there.
Well, it was a high boot on one of our players just earlier as well. That's what I think the boys are complaining about.
Consistency. Coventry, quick free kick. Sims back to Grimes. And then down the line it goes. Back on the halfway line with Kitching. Grimes back to Thomas. Short pass to Grimes. Now Kitching again. Into Sims. Keeps it away from Rodon. Plays it to Latibeaudiere. Wide, but too far ahead there from Latibeaudiere. Of his teammate, Ewijk. And that will be a Leeds United throw-in.
Again, just trying to force these mistakes. Keep that intensity high.
Julia Firpo. Take the throw-in for Leeds. He's urged to get on with it by the referee's whistle. Piroe can't get off the ground there with hands on his shoulder. Tanaka. Firpo can't keep the ball in play quite. Referee indicates throw-in. Under weather, Daniel Farke will be thinking of a change or two soon with 20 minutes remaining here.
You've got 5 subs in front of us warming up, all no doubt eager to get on.
Latibeaudiere to Thomas. And then to Kitching. Kitching goes diagonal. Firpo with a header down into the path of Solomon. Laid off for Gruev. Not a great ball from Gruev. So throw-in is conceded to Coventry in the Leeds half. Chucked forward by Van Ewijk. Sakamoto up against Firpo. Gruev's in there as well. And Sakamoto hemmed in on the touchline, and somehow the ref's assistant decides which way the throw-in will be going. It'll be going the way of Coventry.
Yes, and one of these long throws now. That's just a decent throw as well, isn't it, from Van Ewijk?
So Leeds now defending the penalty area ahead of this throw-in. Headed away from the penalty area. Aaronson will chase, see if he can get ahead of Sakamoto. He took a gamble. That's a good block, though, from Brendan Aaronson. Went one side of Sakamoto, didn't quite work out, but he got around the other side, and as Sakamoto tried to play it forward, he was able to block it into touch for a Coventry throw. Just in front of where Frank Lampard stands, the recently appointed Coventry City manager. Kitching. Out to his left it goes. And then back to the centre half on the halfway line. Gets the ball to Thomas. And then out to this near side to Van Ewijk and back to Latibeaudiere. Thomas for Coventry. Happy to go all the way back to the goalkeeper. Dovin out of his box to Thomas. He goes long with it, swings it forward. Sims is up against Ampadu and has the ball at his feet with the Leeds player on his back. Gives it to Van Ewijk, and then a crossfield ball just evades the stretch leg of Dan James, and Coventry come forward with a cross into the penalty area, and Sakamoto flings himself at it full length. And he's not a million miles away from it either, and so Ilan Meslier just asks the question, and Ethan Ampadu joins in. Who's picking him up?
Well, Ethan Ampadu was actually appealing to the referee because he wanted a free kick. Sims actually played well in holding the ball up all evening long. And Ampadu ended up in a bit of a grappling match with him. There's no doubt that Sims did grab Ampadu, pulls him to the ground, but referee said play on, and that just left Ampadu way out of position. Fortunately, Sakamoto didn't quite get on the end of it.
Out it goes to Joe Rodon. Rodon sets off and then sees that Aaronson's onside. He's broken the lines here, and Aaronson into the penalty area, puts it in the middle, and Mana Solomon was just the wrong side of the goalkeeper there, who got down quickly to keep it away from him.
Oh, he's in so much space. The first touch was poor. Just needed a good first touch in front of him and then roll the ball across. You can see Solomon's frustrated, as is Aaronson. Can't get this third goal.
Coventry with a raggedy old line there that played Aaronson on.
Oh, it's been like that all evening long, hasn't it? Out wide, those runs with the back three. They haven't found it easy, Coventry.
Ampadu races across to head the ball into touch. So again, it's potentially going to be a long throw from Van Ewijk. Maybe not on this occasion. His teammates are much closer to him. Just weighs up his options. Gets the ball back. Aaronson, great work. Takes it past the first man. Aaronson has James through the middle. He's got to pick the right ball out. It's just ahead of Dan James, who's got to break his run to go and pick up the ball on the edge of the area. James into the box, he'll shoot. And he'll shoot over the top. And another great opportunity for Leeds that doesn't end up in a third goal.
Okay, what's happened? Because we've scored 7 against Cardiff. They're all flying in from all angles. 2 in the first half, and since we've scored those 2, we've had probably the same amount of chances, but scored none of them.
Dovin with the ball forward. Sims, Rodon with the first challenge, and then the second challenge, which is a foul. Coventry free kick in the centre circle. 15 minutes remaining. Coventry in possession. Torp with a short ball to Bidwell, who gets it back again. And then Kitching plays it into the Leeds half. Tanaka tries to get it back for Leeds United, but unsuccessful. Kitching with the ball, now Thomas. And to his right to Latibeaudiere. Into the middle to Grimes. Van Ewijk back into Sakamoto. Now into Sakamoto once more. Found a bit of space. Goes across the middle to Bidwell, out wide. In it comes from that far touchline, and it's a low shot that's drilled in, but it's drilled wide from the foot of Rudoni, and Meslier knew that and allowed it just to roll out and behind for the goal kick.
Well, I'm delighted with that poor decision from Rudoni. Good well to skip inside, but as the pitch opened up, he decided to have a go himself from a long way out.
So Leeds take the goal kick short. Out it goes to Rodon. Puts it up over the top. Solomon will break through the middle, and Solomon will get there. Solomon entered the penalty area, shoots, goalkeeper saves, just drops and just gets enough on it. Shot was on target, but a bit more power required. Another chance. Coventry come back, have bodies wide on that left side. Kitching push further wide for Rudoni. Now Bidwell puts his cross in the middle, heads up in the box, out of the area from Rodon, headed back in towards the edge of the area, heads up again in there, and then Firpo, and finally cleared by Gruev, and then the ball played forward. Now Aaronson can't quite get there, but maybe Solomon will. He will. Solomon goes past his man, brilliant footwork. The runners through the middle. Piroe is there. Piroe for Leeds, into the middle. Oh, the keeper saved it. And Joel Piroe had the chance to wrap it up, and this chance was not taken.
Great work from Solomon, it really was. His feet, quick feet, near the touchline. Ball was superb as well, and Piroe did everything right, apart from the final finish. It's no exaggeration that this could have been more than Cardiff, honestly. Should have been 7 or 8 so far. We played really well. Unfortunately, after the 2 goals, just haven't put it in the back of the net.
Change for Leeds, and Manor Solomon, who was almost ready to celebrate the assist there, is the man who's off, and Ramazani is the man who's on. And Coventry make changes as well, 2 of those. So Dasilva is on for Coventry, and Josh Eccles also. And it will be, at the end of all of that, a Leeds United throw in on pretty much the halfway line. Jaden Bogle will take it. In it goes. Aaronson back to Bogle. He puts it over the top. James not getting there ahead of Thomas quite. Ramazani also lurking. And then,
wow.
Big whack on the back of Tanaka from Sims. And that will be indeed a free kick for Leeds United. And the Leeds man stays down, rubbing the back of his head ruefully. Made of very tough stuff. Now Tanaka. And he's back on his feet and ready to continue. Bogle gives it to him now. Rodon back to Meslier. Now Firpo. Gruev's lost it in the middle. Sakamoto has played it for the forward run. Bogle stuck with it. Still defending to do. Good work by Tanaka. Look at the tenacity there. And Leeds again have runners.
Ramazani.
And Ramazani is the man who picks the ball up to the left of Tanaka. Puts an early cross in. Not really struck with that much conviction there from Ramazani, and it bobbled into the box, and it's bobbled into touch for a Leeds throw in.
It was the right idea again, because James got the right side of his man. He would have got there first if he just got the ball delivered to him.
Firpo with the throw in to Ramazani, and back to Junior Firpo. Fouled. Sakamoto just left a foot in there. Junior Firpo happy to fall over it. And we're inside the final 10 here at the CBS Arena. Still 2-0. Should be all over. Tanaka. Sakamoto in front of him. Gives it back to Ampadu. Out to Firpo on this near side. Runners down the line. It's into the path of Ramazani. He's going to get there. He puts it in the middle. It's defended from the near post by Latibeaudiere. And Leeds have a corner.
Well, Latibeaudiere is having a go at the referee's assistant. I don't know why. Try and look at your defenders around you. The line they're holding is a poor one. Spaces everywhere.
So it will be Ramazani who will take this corner for Leeds United. And They're pretty much all up there. Comes in low from Ramazani, back into the middle. Aaronson delivers back in, cleared away, and it will just be allowed to bounce into touch. Not sure Ramazani is a particularly confident corner taker on the basis of that one we've just seen, but it actually almost worked as Gruev tried to turn it goalwards. Leeds still in that Coventry half. Junior Firpo, ball in hand to Aaronson, back to Firpo, tucked into Gruev. Now Tanaka, and Aaronson's in space, and he gets the ball from Firpo now, and Ramazani's made a little run. Goes back from Aaronson, infield to Tanaka. Now he drives forward, still going. He can shoot here, and he does! Not a bad effort at all. Really positive play from Tanaka. Great first touch, movement, and then the shot wasn't bad either, just wide.
It's the shimmy when he lets the ball go across him and goes the other way. Just great awareness.
Dovin out to Kitching. Beyond Tanaka. Sims. Challenge is a good one from Gruev. Again, there's plenty of space for Leeds bodies if they can get it into that space. Maybe now with Firpo. The ball over the top is on pretty much every time as well. Playing on the shoulder of that high line of Coventry City here. Rodon happy to go back to Meslier. Meslier checks and goes back to Rodon. Tanaka. Back to Rodon. Across the back to Ampadu. Junior Firpo. Back to the skipper. Over the top. That's that ball. And here's Ramazani on the chase. Keeper's come all the way out and is happy just to put that one into touch. So significant yardage gained up the pitch from that one. And if it had just dropped a little deeper, might have been in the path of Ramazani. Change from Coventry sees Rudoni off, and Raphael is the man coming on. So Leeds throw in. Firpo to take. Leeds are about to make another change. Ramazani just puts it up in the air over the... Well, it goes with the aid of a Coventry deflection over the head of Firpo for another Leeds throw in. Gnonto's being called back, as is Joseph. So those two players are due to join the action shortly. Thrown forward, comes off the top of the head of Thomas and then skied up in the air. Sunday League style by Kitching. Sakamoto, though, picks up the loose ball forward. And then there's a little lean in on Sakamoto from Firpo. And Coventry are awarded a free kick on the halfway line. And throw everybody up now. Grimes will take the free kick for them. So Leeds head towards the edge of the penalty area here. No thought of that short free kick that is much more the norm these days. This one's going long. Grimes goes to the far side of the penalty area. With the head's weight, up they go. Bogle, long ball forward beyond Aaronson. Headed back in, picked up by Ramazani. Bursts through, tries to play it through a gap there for Dan James, but it's another Swansea man who picks it up instead in Matt Grimes. Then picked up on this near side. Good challenge by Firpo. And there's a good advantage for Leeds here. If they can work it, again, the pass from Piroe wasn't quite what Dan James wanted, and it's hacked into touch for a Leeds throw.
Again, a bit of pass between in. Cooper, the firm challenge, but that's fine. You kick it in the stand all you like. Just eats into the clock.
So, Firpo, loose, under hit, wins it anyway. Still going. And it's knocked into touch. I think Firpo fancies a free kick there. The referee is not going to give him one, but Leeds are making their changes now. So Gnonto and Matteo Joseph will come on, and the two players who will depart will be Joel Piroe, and we've got the first goal for Leeds. And second change, we'll see Dan James come off to be replaced by William Gnonto. So Dan James has had some clear sights of goal this evening. Hasn't quite gone his way in terms of the finishing. but made another big contribution. Gnonto goes into that position. Joao Piroe gets the applause of the Leeds fans behind the goal. Leeds leading goal scorer adds another one to his total.
Should have been 3. Could have had a hat-trick, couldn't he, tonight? Quite easily, but well played again.
So Leeds throw in, level with the edge of the Coventry penalty area. Aaronson comes short, gives to Ramazani. And then a little dig at his opponent from Aaronson. The free kick is awarded to Coventry and Eccles. And then a bit of a discussion going as to what should happen with this free kick. A bit of disagreement in the Coventry ranks. There's Eccles goes forward now, and Dovin prepares to deliver it right up into that Leeds half. Beyond Tanaka, won by Bogle, but lost at the same time. In by Gnonto. Now then, Gruev. Take his time in there.
But once again, the high line, the runs you can see, everyone trying to get in beyond. Gruev just didn't play it.
Gnonto, nice layoff for Bogle to have a run down that far side. Played a great ball in. It could be finished here by Ramazani. Oh my word, the keeper saved it again. This will not go in. Aaronson now trying. Firpo's on the overlap. Aaronson comes inside. Still going, Brendan Aaronson. He'll have a shot. Takes the deflection. Leeds corner.
This is getting silly. Come on now. Keeper, brilliant save, but how many could we have had? I really have lost count. Ball was brilliant. And you think, OK, you've taken a touch, just slot it home, but Dovin, another very good save.
Ramazani gets another chance with the corner. Maybe a bit more height on this one, we'll see. And it goes short and low again, but it's a skied clearance. Second one's better. Aaronson, though, with a header down to Ramazani. Gives it away, loses it at least. Sakamoto plays the ball. Rodon's read it, and he's got across really, really well there. Joe Rodon sensed the problem, dealt with it. Bogle for Leeds inside the final 2 of the 90. Gnonto, back it goes to Joe Rodon. And across to Ampadu and inside to Gruev. And on to Rodon again. And out wide right side to Jaden. Again, the runners are going. And it's played into Gnonto this time. Yeah. It's just gone too early.
No, that's right. That is offside. But
and he's off.
The defenders finally get it right. Timing of the run was just too early from Willie Gnonto, but that sort of ball has been on all evening long. But we've worked it into those areas to really put Coventry to the sword, apart from the final finish.
Kitching for Coventry. A lot of space in the centre now for Sakamoto. Challenges by Ramazani. Sakamoto gets it back again. Help down the line for Van Ewijk. And then great work by Gruev, but he can't stop it from going behind for the corner kick. So Coventry in the final minute have this corner. Final minute of the 90 at least.
Now just got to see it out. Aggressive, concentrated, nice and strong. That's when this had it.
Still be the in-swinging corner. Pretty much everybody bar 2 in that box. Curled in, heads go up, and it's off the underside of the crossbar.
What a save.
And it's a brilliant stop by Meslier, who managed to get something on that one as it headed in, keeps it out, and that's a big moment potentially. Leeds happy to hammer the ball into touch.
Superb from Meslier. Had to react extremely quickly and gets a touch onto the bar.
Changes for Leeds in the final 3 minutes, 3 added minutes in this game. So Leeds will make a couple of changes of a defensive nature here now with Pascal Struijk and Guilavogui both coming onto the field of play. And Brendan Aaronson and now Tanaka called towards the touchline. Work rate's been prodigious from the pair, but Tanaka's had another outstanding game for Leeds in that midfield. Absolutely outstanding.
He really has been. And Firpo going up to Meslier as well and giving him a big high five as well for that save. Want that clean sheet.
Desperate for it. At difficult moments this season, Meslier. Moments like that, just a little reminder of what he can bring to this team. He's made 2 really good saves in this second half. Coventry in the Leeds half. We have less than 2 of the 3 added minutes remaining. Kitching. Down the left side it goes for Sakamoto. On it goes towards the byline, into the area. Good work. Good defensive cover by Guilavogui. Just allowed the ball to roll through to Meslier, who was happy to gather it up and then pick himself up and then walk relatively slowly up to the edge of the penalty area. Leeds United fans in really good voice now, and why wouldn't they be? Meslier. Power ball forward. Up in the air it goes off the head of Thomas. Last minute. Firpo. Guilavogui. Gruev. Now Ramazani can attack the box. Into the box. Ramazani cuts it back into the middle. That wraps it up. No doubt now. Leeds United make it 3 at last. And it's a touch-in on the line, I think, from Gnonto. Firpo with the first movement. Gnonto with the second. There's one thing for certain.
Oh, no.
Oh, the flag has been raised.
That is shocking.
What?
That is shocking. Referee's assistant has no idea what is going on over there. Players are shouting at him from Coventry. And that's changed his mind. Well, he didn't make a choice initially. And then he puts the flag up.
What was he waiting for? Leeds had celebrated 25 seconds by the time the...
You see, Gnonto was looking over, thought he was offside.
Yeah.
I can't see the replay. It did look as if he might have just strayed beyond, but was it going in from Firpo anyway?
Free kick to Coventry. We're into added time, in addition to the 3 that went up on the board. Coventry trying to take a quick free kick, but Joseph is not yet back on his feet, so the players stop. Well, that would have wrapped it up for sure. And it was all Leeds deserved for this second half performance, like the first half performance really, which could have been, as Tony's mentioned, every bit as emphatic, if not more so, than Saturday. Because there have been chances galore here. Grimes, far side of the penalty area it goes. And the whistle goes for Leeds free kick, and that will be music to the ears of those in the Leeds dugout down below, because that takes us pretty much there now. Leeds are on the brink of another very significant away victory here. And those Leeds fans behind the goal are enjoying every one of these last few seconds. Meslier goes up, and that's it, full time. Well, it's been complete control from Leeds United, and the scoreline far from reflects the away team's dominance in this one. 2 goals in the first period, but from that point on, Leeds had countless more opportunities to add to the total. But still, at the end of the evening, this has been a really, really good performance, and it's been a really important win. 3 more points added to the team at the top of the table. Leeds still on the march. This has been a big win. It's finished. Coventry City 0, Leeds United 2.
Well, an excellent performance, quite simply. Probably the best away performance we've had this season. Really could have been up in the 7, 8s and 9s category, because we had so many chances, first half and second half. The boys were brilliant when they needed to defend that 18-yard line, defend that box. They certainly did. And the odd time that it got through to Meslier, well, he pulled off a couple of excellent saves as well. I suppose anything you could say, yes, we should have finished them a lot earlier, but another really good performance. This time it's away from home against an informed side, and really, we were by far the better side. Performance on a different level, superb.
Leeds on to 66 points, now 5 points clear of Burnley, Sheffield and Sheffield United. And Leeds now take a break from the league action with the FA Cup game against Millwall to come. It should be a good one at the weekend, but everyone will enjoy the journey back home up the M1 this evening, because this has been a difficult place for Leeds in recent times, and Leeds have come here and Leeds have won, and Leeds have won well. Leeds have won easily, and Leeds are still putting all the pressure on the other teams below them at the top end of the championship table. Big night, big win, full-time scoreline. Leeds United have won by 2-0.